be using the HC Topper pack. Hi, everybody. I can see you saying hi in the comments. Oh, Patty, you did get a kit. Good. Okay, and we're going to be using our ribbon from the card making kit. And we will be using the little Nelly letter stamps, as well as the pastel papers from the card making kit. So if you guys have all of that on hand, should we jump into it and get started? We've got a lot of punching here to do to make all these little Easter eggs. So I think I will switch you over to our overhead view camera just to give you a better look at what we're doing, and let's get crafting. So there we go. Perfect. Get things arranged. All right. So if you're using your clip punches, we can set these two aside. We'll be using those in our next two classes. So we don't need these ones today. What we're going to do is use this punch to be making our Easter eggs. So to start us off, I think we will make this one first, this card, our little Happy Easter one. So we're going to start off by trimming up a piece of off-white cardstock to 4 1/4 by 5 1/4 inches. So let me grab my cutter here. What a whirlwind, guys. Again, I apologize that we were a little bit late, but you know, we're here. We're crafting, and I'm so happy to be back crafting as a group. We really missed it. So we need our 4 1/4 by 5 1/4 base. So I'm going to trim it up to 10 1/2 inches here, because we are going to be folding that in half. So let's see. 10 1/2 inches by 4 1/4 inches. There we go. Did I do this backwards, guys? Yeah, don't follow me. This is the wrong way. I mean, we could definitely have our card flip open that way. You know what? I'm going to do it that way because why not? Mix it up a bit. So when we fold it in half, and there's our card. So here's our sample. It opens this way, so you can get it to open this way by cutting 8 1/2 by 5 1/4. And this way is 10 1/2 by 4 1/4. So I think I'll have it flip open. I really like that, actually, a little different look at it. Okay, so now we've got that, and then we're going to cut a 4 inch by 5 inch card. Will that one fit? Yeah, perfect. So 4 inch by 5 inch, just to build, it's going to be kind of like our front plate, and we're going to build our little mini eggs on top of that, just to raise it up a bit. So I will attach that with some foam pads. Or you can do double-sided tape or glue or whatever. But why don't we wait till the end, because we can build our card on that. So I'll set my card's base aside for now. And then I'm going to grab my pastel colors. I'm going to be using these colors, but you can use whichever ones you want. I think there's a purple paper in there as well. So you can do whatever colors you want just to make our different colored Easter eggs. So really all we're going to need is a 2-inch strip from each of these. Should do us, maybe 2 1/2. I better do 2 1/2. There we go. So a 2 1/2 inch strip from each of our colors for all of our little mini eggs. And I don't know if this is copywritten or what, but they look like Cadbury mini eggs to me. I'm getting very excited for the season. Okay. So just a 2 inch, and this is what we're going to punch out using our clip punch. So we do our yellow one. Again, 2 1/2 inch strips just off the ends there. There we go. Okay. Now, I hope everybody got this, but we're gonna be using a dark brown ink just to splatter our eggs. Now, if you don't have a dark brown ink on hand, no worries. The card's not going to be ruined if you don't splatter it with little brown speckles. I just think they look pretty cute. So what I've done is I have a little container of water here, a little glass, and I've just wet an old toothbrush or a stiff bristle brush. And I've got I'm using walnut stain from my Distress Oxide. So that's working well, but really I think any water-based ink would do, any water-based brown ink. So I'm just gonna tap a little bit onto my toothbrush and we'll get my other stuff out of the way and just spritz it on there to give a cute little speckled look. And the toothbrush works fine. You don't need anything fancy to do this. Just speckle it on. I like, you know, a little bit of a variation. So you can play with the size of your splatter. You can get a fine mist if you keep your brush drier or flick it a little harder, you know, play around with it and see kind of what you like. And we're just gonna cover these full strips with a little bit of a splatter. There we go. There we go. Okay. And wet your brush as you need. Let me know in the comments, guys, if I'm moving at an okay pace. I just rushed to the home studio, so I'm all revved up and I might be speeding through things. So let me know if you need me to slow down a bit. Okay. Now I'm just going to grab a baby wipe and get that ink off my thumb. Clean that up a bit. Just give those a second to dry. Doesn't take too long. And I mean, it's just a splattered look. It's not going to be the end of the world if one smudges a little bit, right? Okay. Now, we might as well get to punching, I suppose. So we've got our little strips all splattered. And so if you've never used a clip punch before, there's a couple different ways to do it. You can hold it in the air and punch it, but I do like to set it on the table and just slip your piece of paper in there and punch out your oval. There we go. One mini egg down. So just gonna punch, because I mean, you can do as many eggs as you want. We can pile them up, and then we're going to be using them on our second card as well. So make as many little mini eggs as you think you're going to want to decorate your card with. Sorry, I think my punch is making the camera shake a little bit, but we'll be all right. So let me know in the comments if anybody's used a clip punch before and what your thoughts are on them. And oh, and I wanted to mention, you guys are, if you're crafting along with us, if you have the Easter kit and you're making these cards, please, or if you're watching the recording after, if you weren't able to make the live, share a picture with us of the cards that you're making, and use the hashtag. Oh, Sarah, what is the hashtag? Post that in the chat. Oh yeah, Ecstasy Card Class, hashtag Ecstasy Card Class. So if you share any photo, use hashtag Ecstasy Card Class on Facebook or Instagram, and then we'll be able to see your cards and you will be entered to win a free March virtual class kit. So we want you guys to win, but we also want to see what you're working on. It kind of works both ways, and I'm sure everyone's going to have their own take on these cards, and we can kind of get inspiration from each other. So if you want more ideas with what else to do with your kit, you can check out the hashtag too. Just search the hashtag on Instagram or Facebook, Ecstasy Card Class, and you will see everybody else's projects and you can steal their ideas. I mean, share ideas, right? So I'm cutting out a bunch of these, and I hope you guys are too, because I just really like the way that it goes when you have them all piled up and scattered around. And once we have these made, the rest of the card goes quite quickly. So this is the bulk of the work. Now, if you have your clip punch, and after, you know, we're doing a lot of punching, but after a while, it might get dull. Oh, and Heather, I just saw your comment. So your punch, I mean, it's brand new, it shouldn't be dull. But if you're having any issues, I was just gonna mention, you can cut it out just like you would sharpen any die. You can just punch out a piece of tinfoil, and that will work to sharpen the blade of your clip punch. And it
What does that mean?
it just means that we're frozen.
We're still frozen?
Yeah.
I'm working too fast, and
Out.
See the,
Oh,
in the
okay.
corner though.
That should be fine. Let's, oh no.
Okay.
What happened? I don't know, guys. Is it Mercury retrograde right now? We're having quite a few technical issues. But we're powering through it. Crafting's supposed to be fun, relaxing, kind of, with you guys. I hope everyone's still able to see me, at least, while we punch out all of our little Easter eggs. Has anybody been started making their Easter cards yet, other than from this kit? Has anybody gotten ahead? Have they jumped in and done something on their own? Let me know in the comments, because I will pop you onto the screen so that you can share a card if you've already made a card using this kit. So again, if your punch gets a little dull, don't worry. Just throw a little sheet of tinfoil in there and punch it through. They do tend to get dull a little quicker. You cutting that thick cardstock. I mean, the cardstock that we put in your kit, I think that's the Tusanico brand, and it's really nice, really thick cardstock, so it might dull them a little bit quicker than just a normal sheet of paper. Let's see. I want to see if I can see people's comments. Doesn't cut the bottom half. The foil doesn't. Uh-oh. Okay. So we're having issues with our punch. I normally stand up to punch just to get a little bit of weight behind me, because it is tough to cut through this thick cardstock. Now, if you wanted to try it, if it's a little bit too difficult for you to punch through the thick cardstock, you can always punch just a normal sheet of paper, normal sheet of colored paper. So that's easy enough. If you have some pastel, just, you know, pastel computer paper is super easy to cut through because it's a lot thinner. What else? Any other tips for working with a clip punch? Let's see. Did we get our overhead view working again? I think.
Well, it's there. It just has to be shared by Sarah.
Okay. And the speckling, yeah, the speckling's simple enough. Oh, there we go. Uh-oh, we've got our the wrong view. We've got a little portrait mode going on. Speckling. Yes, I absolutely can show that again. Because I love speckling these eggs. It's the funnest part. So I hope the clip punch gets working for everybody. Try standing up. I know it can be a little bit tough. We made this kit so that people without a die cutting machine can craft along too. So, you know, we have to do a little bit by hand with our punches. But you know, it's just a incentive to get a die cutting machine, I guess. Okay, so I hope you can see my overhead view. Here's one of my pastel sheets, and I've got my Distress Oxide and a wet toothbrush, a wet old toothbrush. I'm not going to use my boyfriend's toothbrush for this one. Okay, and then just spritz the ink onto our cardstock, and there you go. Oh, standing up worked for you, Cheryl. Great, good. I'm glad to hear it. I know it can be tough, and I start with just using my thumbs, but I normally end up going to the palm of my hand too. And we are cutting a lot of Easter eggs out of this, so it might be a little intense. Okay, so moving on, I'm gonna cut out my blue splattered. I hope that, oh, we're getting all the angles here. Okay, so I'm sorry guys, this is so many technical troubles. Thank you for hanging in. I promise the next one will be in our brand new studio. Hopefully the power's on by next Friday. And we'll be a little bit more professional than this. Oh my goodness. But thank you. Thanks for your patience and for crafting along with us. See, now sharpening that with the tinfoil, this is cutting out easy for me. So does anybody else, if anybody's worked with clip punches and has any tips on them, let me know. You love the punches. Perfect. Great. Good. Thank you. Now, I should mention, we're going to give you guys a coupon code we have all kinds of clip punches. We have leaves. I think there's heart ones. There's all kinds of stuff, all kinds of clip punches up on ecstasycraft.com for those of you who don't have a die cutting machine. And Sarah just threw the coupon code in the comments. It's punches50. So if you use that coupon code at checkout, you will get 50% off of the clip punches on the website. So we have all kinds of fun stuff. So this one's there's star punches, Anita's telling me. There's all kinds. Diamonds, everything. So we're going to be like this one, we're just using this first punch, but next week and in week 3, we're going to be using the other two, where we get into a lot of like the fun techniques that you can do to actually like clip them onto the side of the card, and we can thread them through ribbon and do all kinds of fun stuff with it. So stay tuned for that. And this coupon code is going to be in effect for the month of February. So check out the clip punches if you like it, you know. Some people have die cutting machine and they'd rather use that, but this is a fun little thing that you could do with anybody and not need any other tools, you know. So that's why we did it for this kit. There we go. Now I got my pink one. I better throw some white ones in there. I hope everybody's thumbs are doing well to get all these punched out. Oh, where'd it go? There we go. And like I said, this is the worst of it. The rest is going to be easy, I hope. See, that one didn't go through all the way. So I think what's happening is you really do have to make sure you push it all the way so that it's kind of flat with the rest of the punch. And that way you know the blade has gone all the way through. I hope this is helping people. I hope these tips. And if you know you're really punching out a lot of stuff and your clip punch starts to stick after a while, like I can just bang it and it pops back up. But after hundreds of punches or however many, it is a little metal thing in there. So if you wet a piece of paper, like a paper towel or something with a little bit of WD-40, you can get into the pieces in there to try and, if they need it, if it's really getting stuck, you can always do maintenance on your on your little clip punch. So there we go. And then of course make sure you run some blank scrap cardstock through just to make sure you get all of the WD-40 off, because you wouldn't want to get it onto your card making materials, of course, if you needed a little maintenance. Okay, here we go. Get there. They can take a little, you gotta show them who's boss. There we go. My last one. Your poor thumbs. I hope you guys, these people that are receiving these Easter cards better appreciate all of this work we're putting in. There we go. Yeah, it does, it kind of like half clicks. I think maybe that's what is happening for some people. It half clicks and feels like it's through, but you really have to go all the way down with it to make sure you get a nice clean punch.
Another tip for the punches, if your fingers get sore.
Say it louder. Oh, Anita, she just came in with a great idea. She said if your fingers are getting sore, she grabbed this paint stick and you can kind of use it to get kind of your full weight behind it. I love that idea, Anita. Thank you. Perfect. So there's lots of tips. The whole team's coming in on this clip punch thing. There we go. That's what that must be what it is. You really have to get it to click all the way down there. Okay. I think that's it. That's all the eggs I'm gonna make for this one. And if I find I want a couple more, I can always punch more out. So now what? Where are we? So we're going to, I still have a little piece of my splattered ink on my blue, and I'm going to use that as a backdrop for my sentiment. So what I'm going to do is cut 1.25 inches by 3 inches for this to use on our sentiment. So I have just enough. If you don't, not to worry, you can just add a little bit more. How many colors did I use? How many did I have? I had the green, pink, blue, yellow, and cream. So I used 5 different colors, but you can use however many you want. You can add the purple in there. It's just going to be a little rainbow of Easter eggs. So you can do whatever colors you want. We're using the pastel colors from the Easter making kit, but you can do this with anything really. Now, is that they're going to be the right size? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going 1.25 inches by 3 inches in my splattered blue cardstock. Doesn't have to be splattered. Most of it's going to be hidden too. So if you didn't have any blue cardstock left over, you can just cut it out of regular blue cardstock, or again, any of the colors are going to match, right? You can use whatever kind of color you want to bring out and pop. I chose the blue just because to me it looks like the classic little speckled robin's egg. Okay. Oh, I put my cutter away. I'm still gonna need it. Okay. Now we want to cut. Do we? No, I should stamp it first. Let's stamp our sentiment first. Is that gonna be thick enough? I have this scrap here. We're gonna want a piece that we will cut to about 1 inch by 2 3/4 inches, but we're gonna just stamp our little Happy Easter sentiment on there. So if you have a scrap of your off-white cardstock, you can grab that. And then, so I'm using my stamping platform. You don't have to. You can use a little stamping block, anything that you can build your little sentiment on, because we're going to craft whatever sentiment you want. I'm going to make Happy Easter, but you can just write Happy Spring, or Spring Has Sprung, or any little one you want, really. Any sentiment you want. But for this one, I'm doing Happy Easter. So I'm going to, where's my H? Pull off my H. How big? Antoinette, I see your comment. How big for what? Our little stamping piece of paper? This piece of paper is going to be, we will cut it down to 1 inch by 2 3/4 inches. I've just grabbed whatever scrap that I know I'm going to have enough room to trim it down to that. I like to have, I don't want to trim it up right away because I want to have enough room to, hang on to it when I'm stamping. So I'll trim it up afterwards. So let's build. So we have to build our Happy Easter. Get our letters in place. Now these guys are finicky. So you can stamp one letter at a time. And Anita, she was making cards with me too, and she found one letter at a time to be easier. I'm gonna attempt to do it all. Well, not all at once, because I'm building Happy and I only have 1 P. So I'll do it in sections. But you can do it one at a time if you want. I might switch, depends how frustrated I get with these little guys. Okay, so there's Hap on there. And I'm going to use that same brown ink. You can use whatever ink you have, whatever color you want, but I'm using the brown. And I'm going to apply it on to my stamp. There we go. I love the stamping platform. This is the Stamping Buddy Pro, because I didn't apply quite enough ink, and I can just re-stamp it, and I know I'm going to be fine. It's going to be okay. It's going to line right up again, and I could never do that if I was just doing a regular stamping block. I could never line it up again. Maybe you can, but I don't have that skill. It's like magic. Okay, so there. I've wiped my P off just because I'm going to, put it back in place, and I don't want the ink to smear before I'm ready to stamp it. So I've got my P, and I need, where's my Y? There we go. I'm going to pick it up with my platform. How's everybody making out? Good, following along, the speed's okay. Everyone's thumbs resting up. There's Happy. Now I like this platform too, because I don't know if the camera picks it up, but it does have the grid on it. So you can actually line your letters, or if it's not these stamps, but a full sentiment, you can make sure you have it nice and straight on your card or your cardstock or whatever you're working with. And I find that so useful. Okay, I'm gonna spell Easter. Put the, yeah. Yes, I can. I'm the maker. I can do that. I'm Kaylee, by the way, in case I didn't introduce myself at the beginning. Okay. Yeah, I'm Kaylee. I'm part of the design team at Ecstasy Crafts. I've been working there for a year now, making cards, having fun. I work in the retail store, and we were just able to open up again this week. And then, of course, we're still open for curbside pickup and online orders and everything like that. But I'm happy to be able to have customers back in the store and see everybody. Okay. Got East built. Gonna have to reapply. Oh, and then where's my wipe? Wipe those off again. And rearrange. And I know that the little letters are finicky, but they're just so versatile that it's for, I mean, you already have it. If you have the kit, you have it now. It's in your stash and you're good to go. And I like the lowercase. We've got the numbers. I love this little set. It's a crafting staple for me. Once more. There we go. Happy Easter. All right. So I'm gonna grab that off. We should be done with that for now. Now what, I told you guys the measurement. What did I say? We are going to cut it to 1 inch by 2 3/4 inches. So does everybody have a cutter? Are you working with a cutter? Are you doing this with scissors, or what are you using at home? I want to know what kind of materials you guys all have for when we're building our next kit. I know kind of where we're working, what we're working with. 1 inch. So I'm just going to trim it up to keep my sentiment in the center. I'm using the Nellie's Choice roller cutter, and I really like this one. I love the ruler on it. I like it. What's your favorite cutting machine? Let me know in the comments if if you have time. And by 2 3/4. Oh, a guillotine cutter, Heather. I like that. Nice. Okay. So we're trimmed up. Now, where did I put my little foam pads? We can attach it with foam pads or double-sided tape or glue, whatever you have. I'm going to use foam pads. I find them easy. There they are. I wanted to use my new hunky-dory ones. So I'm using 2 mil, but again, you really can use whatever you want. I just wanted to pop it up a little bit. And I like these hunky-dory ones. They're nice and wide. Ooh, Bev, nice tip. I like it. So Bev said she doesn't have an egg punch, so she used the inside of the letter O on a Cuttlebug die to make her eggs. Genius. I like it. here. There we go. A little sentiment. Now we are going to move back to our card base. And I think I can attach it now. Again, I'm going to use foam pads, but use whatever you got. It all works. It's a nice roll of foam tape would be handy here. I left mine in the studio, but whatever's going. And when I'm using foam pads, I like to make sure I put them in the center just so it doesn't get, you know, too flimsy in there. You want to support it. And then I love just having, we'll have an 1/8 of an inch around all edges of it. Just get that in the center. And then we're gonna go a little freestyle and start sticking our eggs on there. So I'm gonna use my acrylic craft glue, but you can use whatever you want. Double-sided tape works. Any kind of glue. And whoa, that was way too much. There, just need a little dab. A little dab will do ya. And then I'm going to overhang my eggs over the edge of our faceplate, but not over the edge of our card base. So there's still, I don't know if you can see that there, it's still within the card. But it is overhanging the front plate that we just put on. And I'm just going to alternate colors and overlap. And oh, I moved the card into the corner, didn't I? Sorry, I keep doing that. There you go. Does that work? There. So we can do whatever. Just trying to have a 3D effect. Now I'm going to do a little bit of a base layer. And then I'm going to put some accent ones on with my little foam pad so it looks like they're kind of exploding out of the corner at us. And just alternating the colors. We've got lots to choose from. Oh, the Fisker's cutting machine. Cheryl, we like that one. We have it in our classroom too. But I gotta say right now I'm really loving the Nelly roller cutter. And then you can wedge it underneath just to make it look random. You can do it in a pattern, but our next card's kind of going to be built in a pattern. So I like to have this one random. Oh, and I moved it again. Goodness, guys, sorry. Oops. Getting away on me. What color do I need now? Green. And you can do as many or as few as you want. What, does anybody have Easter plans? I don't know. I guess we're still so far out. We're really on top of the game here, getting our Easter cards made ahead of time. Time to get them sent out, right? If we can't be together in person, we can send them all over the place now. Okay, I better get a blue one in there. Is everybody keeping up? What? No, Naomi, you're not keeping up. Well, hopefully you have you have time to catch up. And I will definitely post the instructions for these cards. I can post them to our blog if you would like, for anybody who just wants to go over it again. Not to worry. So we're just building them up. And as I go, I'm going to start, like right now I have them packed in tight into that corner, nice and like kind of a thick layer. But as I go, I will start spreading them out a little bit to make it look like they're concentrated and then scattering out onto the card. Did anybody do a sentiment other than Happy Easter? Share your ideas with us. Because we could make this card over and over again and toss a different sentiment on. I mean, I guess Easter eggs, it is specifically Easter, right? But, you know, whoops. I really should have had a little dish of Cadbury mini eggs here just to snack on, keep me going. Oh, right, we are recording the video, Sarah. So we'll post it for you guys as well. So you can see the full thing. Happy chocolate. Oh, Margaret, I like that sentiment. Perfect. Oh, too many blues right now. There we go. Ooh, an excellent day. Oh, so many puns, guys. I'm loving it. Perfect. You are excellent. Wonderful. Wonderful. I can't believe I didn't even think of a single egg pun. That's why we do this group stuff, right? How many people are on watching the video? Lots, I bet. However many heads are better than one, right? And I can't wait to see, I hope you guys do post pictures of your cards, and you can post them if you're not already on our Facebook group. Please join. We have people posting cards that they make all of the time. Our Facebook group is Crafting with Ecstasy, and you can post your Easter cards on there, or you can post them wherever on social media and just use the hashtag Ecstasy Card Class, and we will see, and you will be entered to win a free March virtual class kit. Oh, Sarah just posted the link for our Facebook group in the chat box. If you're not already a member, hop on there. We're always getting lots of inspiration from all of the members. Okay. What time is it? Where are we at?
Time 2:03.
2:03. All right, guys. I know we started a little bit late, but I think we're on track. So I'm just going to pop my sentiment on, just so I know kind of where to end. And again, foam pads. glue, tape, whatever you want. The glue's nice because then you can wiggle it and make sure you have it straight. Oh, and before that dries, I might try and wedge a couple eggs under there. There we go. Ooh, sorry. Oh, I guess I didn't show you guys this. This is a cool little acrylic block. So you can attach one letter at a time to the end of it. And then you can see, I can't tell if you can see through there on the camera, but you can see through to where you're stamping it. So if you're doing one letter at a time, this is super useful. That's what fell over and that big loud noise was. Okay, get some green. And I think I might move into the foam pads. Add some dimension to this. You love this card, Nuri? Awesome, me too. I really like this one. It's very, very cute. Okay, so I've got my foam pads. We have Hunky Dory foam pads in these small squares too. And this is a Pack of Joy foam pads, but they both do the same thing. Get on there. So I just need one little square per. And if you had different thicknesses of foam too, you could do like some at 1 mil and then some at 2 mil, and you could keep stacking and stacking those foam pads on top of one another and really get that dimension going if you wanted. I feel like I have so many blues. So you can stack foam pads on top of one another. I think these are 2 1 mils. And then you got a 2 mil. You can add. You didn't need the play-by-play for that one. I'll just build that dimension up. Cover them all in. You can have them going any way, this way and that way, just to make it look random. I keep adding so much blue. There. Everyone doing all right? Keeping up? We're gonna move on to our next card here shortly. Naomi. Good, you're caught up. I'm glad. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave this one here. If you guys wanna keep adding mini eggs to add them up, you know what to do from this point on, right? You can keep adding. I think we better move on to our next one. So I hope you have some eggs left over. We'll set these ones aside. you don't have any eggs left over, not to worry. You can punch some more out, no big deal. So let's see. I'm gonna grab a piece of off-white cardstock and my cutter. And let's see if I can get it right this time. I always get the numbers mixed up. So I want 8.5 by 5 3/4 for our card base. There we go. And we will fold it in half. I left my scoring tool in the studio, so no big deal. We don't need it.
You can score with my cutter. Well.
I don't have anything. Is that gonna work?
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's like I planned it, guys. That scrap piece works, but if you didn't have a perfectly cut scrap piece, this one is just cut to 4 inches by 5.5 inches. So that's what we will build this guy on. So our card base is 4 1/4 by 5 3/4. And we got that by cutting, 8.5 by 5 3/4. And then we're gonna top it with a 4 inch by 5.5 inch card. So we'll set our card base aside for a second. And this is where we're gonna build our little egg scene. So I don't need my cutter for a minute. Actually, maybe we'll cut our little pink strip first. So we want to cut a strip that is half an inch. Half an inch wide by 5 inches. And that's just going to be the backing for our pink ribbon. So we'll cut that just so that we have a little space guide for arranging our eggs on. So I think I have enough here to make this work. I'm cheating a little bit though. I cut a few earlier, so I'm going to steal some of those. So same splattered idea, doesn't have to be splattered at all, but I like them splattered. So there. Now I'm just going to arrange my pink strip where I think it will go. So if you want to know, it's between an inch, like 3/4 of an inch and an inch there. I'm not attaching it yet. I'm going to get my eggs laid out, and I'm not doing any exact measuring. I'm just going to get it as even as I can here. So we're going to go 5 across in any pattern you want. Now this is a card that Anita designed. She's she's sitting here with me rolling her eyes. But I think it's adorable. We really went with the mini egg style. And I love the HC toppers that we're going to be putting on the top. Has anybody worked with those before? They're so easy. You're going to love them. Oh, I had more pink hidden here. Nice. Okay. So just getting them laid out. Again, don't have to do anything too serious for spacing them out. It'll flush out in the end, I think. There we go. Kind of laying out a bit of a grid. Nuri, I'm glad you're having fun. We did gear this kit for beginners, kind of. I mean, they're really nice looking cards, but just so that you don't have to have too many tools already on hand, you know? So I'm glad you're able to keep up. Now, the ones in behind there are probably going to be covered by our HC topper. So I might leave them blank. Oh, I might need to cut a couple more. Not to worry. I mean, I could use the white ones, but they don't pop so much with that. Where's my punch? There we go. I guess I'd better do a couple pink. I think they're gonna work out all right. Stick another yellow in there. Okay, we can always add more if we find our topper doesn't cover everything. So I'm just sticking them on with a little bit of glue. Again, double-sided tape, little foam pads. It all works. Foam pads would be cute, add a little texture, but really we're building up our HC topper, our little 3D topper there. So we don't need to really add too much other texture to the card, I don't think, or at least I'm not going to. So I'm just gluing them down, and you have a few seconds to wiggle them around and get them perfectly straight. I suppose we can glue our ribbon down now too, and we'll work our way across. Now, I'm not going to put glue at the very end. That bubble's a mistake. Because it's going to fold around the back. So I'm just going to stick that on for now. And I'm using this, I am crafting on this Nelly mat, which can help you with the grid lines. It's the magnetic mat too, which is nice. It goes with the magnetic ruler. It comes with the magnetic ruler if you need to align things or hold them down. It comes with a couple magnets, which helps too. I guess I could put those on. Handy. Keep things intact. That's another crafting staple, right? You gotta have a good craft mat. Has anybody, did I already ask this? Has anybody dived in and already made some cards or played around with other materials in the kit? Let me know in the chat. And oh, actually, there was one thing I saw. I'm sorry, I can't remember your name right now. Maybe Debbie? If you're watching, somebody left a review on our website for the kit, all excited to do it and stuff, and she was unsure of some directions. So that's what made me remember. I think she was going to jump ahead and play with some stuff. And it was for, you might at home have seen it too. It was for this 3D topper sheet. And down the side, it says, follow the numbered order to assemble. And there are no numbers to be found on this. So that must just be a misprint, because really you don't need any numbers to be able to build this. It's just a repeat of, you just build it on the back. This is your base, and then you layer on the next largest pop out on top of exactly where it goes. And then you pop up the next one and the next one, and you just layer them up on top of one another. So they're pretty basic. There's not very many layers. You don't actually need any numbers, but don't worry, because next Friday, we will be diving in, and I'll give you a little sneak peek of the card we're going to be making next week. So if you haven't registered for next week, I'll have Sarah post the link for our second class next Friday. We're going to be making 2 new cards with the same kit.
And there's more kits available.
And there are more kits available. Oh, Valerie, you didn't receive your kit. We will have we'll have somebody look into that. I think Sarah will send you a private message and we'll get it sorted out for you, not to worry. And again, these sessions are going to be recorded, so you can follow along after and catch up with us that way. So yeah, for those little 3D things, I know the instructions are a little weird, but we'll dive into that next week. Don't worry, Helen, they are punch outs. I know, fussy cutting is so difficult. You have to have a good pair of mini scissors. So how's everybody at tying bows? I've been dreading it. It's coming up. We don't have any.
Yeah, in the classroom we have some. Oh, but just we don't. They're
So we
coming.
have, will we be getting some?
Yeah.
So we have this bow maker that is an absolute lifesaver. They're sold out right now, so I wasn't going to show it on the class, but, and I didn't bring it to the home studio. But Anita's told me that we are going to be getting them back in stock. And oh my goodness, what a lifesaver. That's what we use to do this perfect little bow. So, I mean, hopefully you have good bow making skills. Mine aren't so great, so bear with me. Yeah, Nuri, Sarah can post the link. They're sold out. Like I said, they're sold out right now on our website. But if you keep your eyes peeled, we'll let you know when they're back in stock. If you need a bow maker, I love it. I cannot tie a bow to save my life, but we'll see how it goes. We don't need it for this card, really. Any little bow, it'll be fine.
Some people use a fork.
Oh, Anita says some people use a fork to tie a bow. That's interesting. I mean, I think I can kind of imagine how it's done, but it sounds very Little Mermaid-esque to use a fork. Okay. So we got these little guys laid out. Should we can do the bow next. We were just talking about it. So, oh, Nuri, you're gonna try with a fork? Let me know how it goes, girl, because I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to cut a strip of my ribbon and just apply a little bit of glue or some double-sided tape, whatever you're using, just to pin it down. The glue works really well with this organza.
Sticky specs.
Oh, and sticky specs. You know what? That works even better than the glue. They actually don't move. So you don't need them, but I'll show you off the sticky specs. So it's just micro dots of glue on this sheet. And all you have to do is just tap the end on there. And see, oh, my glue already came off, so I'm going with the sticky specs. And that ribbon is not going anywhere now with those little guys. But again, the glue will do it. And we're gonna wedge it around on the back side of the card too, so not to worry. Okay. Those are all on there. Now comes the moment of truth. Cut another chunk. And try and tie a bow. Freehand. Everybody look away from the screen. Don't watch. There's too much pressure. I might need a longer piece. There we go. I just want it to be teensy tiny, so. Tighten it up a bit. Doesn't look as nice as Anita's, but it's still quite cute. Oh, that's not so bad. Thanks, Karen. Thanks for the support, guys. There we go. Okay, and I think I'm gonna leave just a little tail. I like the tails on it. Just gonna cut it at a little bit of an angle. And again, a little bit of glue or sticky specs. Wondering if we sent the link for the punches. Sarah can put that up if you want. She'll post that to the chat. And again, I don't know if you saw, Karen, or not, but we have the coupon code for the punches is punches50. If you use that at checkout, you will get 50% off. And that's until the end of February. So you can check out all the punches that are up online. Okay, so we've got our bow. Now I suppose take these magnets off. I'm just gonna bend our paper strip around the corner. I'm gonna use sticky specs because they're just dry. Well, they don't take any time to dry, they're not even wet. And I don't know if the camera picks up, but you can see, I hope, all the little micro dots on there. We should include a sticky spec sheet in next month's kit. So you guys can try them out if you haven't already. There we go. Now, oh, a lovely knot, Heather. Gorgeous. Make make sure you share that with us on social media. Okay. I'm glad I'm not the only one that struggles with bows. That makes me feel better. Thanks, guys. We're in this together, right? Okay, so now we're gonna throw our topper on, and you can use whichever one you want. The package comes with 10 different designs. You can see them all on the front. Let's see, what one should I do? I think I'm gonna go, which one? This one. Is there just one in there? Cute, with purple and everything. Oh, maybe I won't do a purple one because I don't have any purple in that. Oh, whatever. It'll be adorable. I like it. And yeah, we could punch any of these eggs out with purple or whatever. So, and this is just, we're gonna build this just like you would this other 3D sheet that we're gonna use next week. So we're just starting with the largest one on the bottom. And I will pop that on. I'm gonna use double-sided tape, but you can use glue or anything. No, you know what? I'm gonna use foam pads. Where are my dickens? Make them pop out a bit. But glue, tape, that all works. Whatever you got. Just center it up a bit. So I may need to add a couple little eggs in behind there. Just to cover the empty spaces. Just slide them up in. And I can do just stick a yellow one in there in behind. Oh, I repeated. Shoot. Oh well, it's hidden in there. Okay, cute. Okay, now this part you will need foam pads for, so that we can get the layered 3D effect. I mean, you could just leave it with just that. That's absolutely perfect and fine. And I love using the elements of the toppers, you know, in other spots of the card, but let's stick with how it's meant to be used and layer it on top of each other. So you can see it's the exact print of the one below it. So we're just gonna stack it right up. And I might need the smaller foam pads for that. There we go. There. Very cute. Now I've lost my card base. Oh. Okay. And I will attach this guy to our card base using my foam pads as well. And again, I'm going to stick some in the center so it's not clumsy in there. I don't know yet.
2:30.
2:30, not bad, guys. Not bad. Okay. Center it up as best you can. Just with our 1/8 of an inch border. There you have it. Another cute little Easter card. And you could add a sentiment, you could do whatever, but I don't think it needs much, does it? Could stamp, use your little letter stamps and stamp something in the front. We're all done. We're done. Where's my last one? My mini bags. Where did I throw it? I have two of them. Oh, got him. There we go. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for crafting with me this afternoon. And thank you for your patience. We had a few technical difficulties. Hopefully next week goes a little smoother. Now, don't forget, next week, 1 p.m., Friday, February 19th. Is it going to be the 19th already? Holy. Oh, and Sarah just posted the link in the chat. So thanks for crafting, everybody. Have a great weekend. Don't forget to share these with us on social media to be entered in the draw to win a free March virtual class kit using the hashtag ecstasy. Why can I never remember? What is it? Ecstasy Card Class. Hashtag Ecstasy Card Class to enter to win a free March virtual class kit. And we will see you next Friday, guys. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you later. Bye.